Welcome back to day 2 of the Whiskey Loot Advent Calendar, and obviously we're going through the Japanese bottles this time. Now today for December 2nd, we have the Asahi, I would have said that wrong, I do apologize, but that is the White Oak Blue label for this one. Now, a little bit of history about this company. You probably haven't had much whiskey out or seen much of it before. It's really only made its way to Australia in the last couple of years, but they've been around for a long time. Funnily enough, they were actually the first distillery in Japan to actually get a whiskey license. And I think that was back in 1919, but they only started producing back in like 1960s somewhere as well. So really interesting. Their background is sake, soju, all of those kind of things. And I believe they've got their own wine as well. So they've been doing this for, I think it's the oldest family run distillery in all of Japan. I think it's 8th or 7th generation of family involved. So a lot of time and a lot of people have been involved in this. They've been around for a very, very long time. They just haven't done mass production. I think off the top of my head, it was 48,000 litres per year, and they say they've got around 1,000 casks all up. So they don't have much whiskey. They also do things in season. So they generally make whiskey when it's colder. It doesn't get that cold there anyway, but they generally try and do it in the colder seasons, and they do the soju and all that kind of stuff in their other seasons as well. Located about, I think it's about an hour away from Osaka, but it's down the bay as well. So potentially you're going to have those warm coastal notes that you generally get from, you know, a bay kind of whiskey. It's been a while since I've had this one. I have tried it, but it's been a very, very long time since I've done it. So let's get into it. It's 40% and it's very light on the nose. Now, I was going to say there's a little bit of a winey note to that, but that's because these are aged for around 5 years in American oak soju casks, so their own soju, and then they're finished in sherry casks for around 2 years. So it's very, very, very light on the nose. You get a little bit of sweetness through that. I can't even pick what the sweetness is. A little bit of warmth on there, probably that oak, a little vanilla. So I already know this is a very light, delicate whiskey. All right. Okay. A little bit spicier, not in the sense of it's hot, like it's a young whiskey, but well, it drops right out, but more of that black pepper kind of spices, maybe a gingerish kind of spice as well. I'm getting some apricots through that too. I know that in the booklet they say that it's a medium finish, but mine is medium in length and rather mouth coating. Definitely getting that mouth coating through that. Okay. The flavor itself disappears pretty quickly. As I said, very light, very delicate, but then it starts kind of bring some extra pieces on there. They talk about the wood smoke and all those kind of things, and you are getting a little bit of that wood smoke come through. So $120 can be bought from Whiskey Loot as well. I'll put links up for everything on there. Shout out also to the food, the soup, and the Queen for some of the footage that I've put in here today as well. And YYY, who has done a massive video on the history of this distillery, where I got a lot of my information from. So thank you so much for having those videos out there. Again, I'll put them in the links in YouTube, so you can go check out those guys. That's not a bad whiskey. I don't remember it being as good as what it was. Again, this is a really good light whiskey. This is perfect for a summer day. If you were down at the beach or where they are at the coastal things on a beautiful summer day, this is a perfect whiskey for it.